Six Gun Productions. New media, new rules.
This is Geek News Radio, broadcast 63. For Friday, May 25th, 2018. On the Skyr train since 2015.
You're listening to Geek News Radio, episode 63, and I'm Dave in Birmingham.
And I'm Fab in Hamburg. And
Woo!
You will be surprised to know that we've changed our complete recording setup once again.
Yes, third show in a row.
Oh, it must be like the sixth show in a row.
At least, yeah.
We are now doing something that we can probably only do when you two and me are doing the show.
Yes, because with more than two people, it's a bit of a faff.
Yeah. We are recording a double ender.
Oh, which isn't a dirty thing. Not like last week's episode called Fapping on the Heath.
Yeah.
No.
It's basically we're both recording locally, and then I will put that together. I stopped doing that because it's a lot of work. But apparently it's the only way to produce a proper podcast when you're remote.
Indeed. There are things, there are services like... this one's called Zencaster, but they charge you money and stuff. That in theory do this. It's like a website that you kind of like log in. It connects you with an audio call, and then it's recording your local audio and then drops in Dropbox at the end.
Yeah, but that's not the actual I'd still want to go over it in Audacity or whatever.
Oh yeah. I think it does some stitching. It can stitch it for you, but it can also just drop you in like the MP3s.
Well, the stitching isn't the hard part.
No, it's the syncing. I think it attempts to sync things, but I've listened to podcasts where clearly some clocks are different, and like one person just constantly gets more and more out of sync. So it's clearly not perfect because synchronizing clocks in a distributed system is a hard problem.
Well, I think that's even not the hard part. Like the hard part for me is like it'll sound. You'll record different than me. You have a different microphone, so it'll sound different.
Oh yeah, you have to faff with the
and we'll be able to
levels.
hear that now, hopefully. So I'll have to do that, but I'll do that. I know how to do that. I will remember how to do that more precisely.
I'm sure you wrote a blog post about it like a decade ago.
Yeah, except I probably deleted that blog, like all blogs.
Oopsie.
It might be on the Internet Archive somewhere. Anyway, to make the pain go away. On the way home today, I was in town after work to have a haircut done. I went by the fancy Edeka and got myself some Grimbergen. I've got two Grimbergen blondes. I'm drinking one of them, and one Double Grimbergen Double for later. That'll be the end of show beer.
I'm a big fan of Grimbergen.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite beers. I will announce when I go to the double. That will be like a special point in the podcast. Be warned, everyone, rants coming up, probably. Yeah, I've got some rants lined up. And then if Dave talks to me about fucking Warhammer 40k children's books, it'll just
the best thing that's happened to the weekend. It's not the best.
It'll just explode.
It's a fine thing.
Everything will explode. So let's not get into that. I'll try to avoid that topic. I actually want to
We got some grumpy tweets to each other yesterday on the tweets. We're like, God damn it, fam, stop. No, we're not doing it now. We're not doing it. This is going into it.
Well, actually,
you can read our tweets.
I want to talk to Mike about it.
Yes. So, I think Mike will be very positive, but that's all I'll say on the matter.
Well, yeah, of course he is. That's why, that's you need opposites. Like if you do the podcast with Mike, it's just going to be, it's great. Yeah, it's great. Okay.
It's fine. Just carry on. End of episode.
Drink
that was Geek
News
Radio, episode 94.
That's not how good podcasting works. You need opposites. So what we are actually going to talk about is
that I have gin and tonic. Boom. In. There we go.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Right. What gin?
I just have, what gin is it even? Is it? It's I think it's Hendrix.
Oh, that's always good. I'm just looking. I just realized I'm looking at those bamboo plants that you can just put into water, like the lucky bamboo or whatever.
The twisty with the curly ones.
Yes. So I got one of those, and it's sitting in a Lagavulin bottle. It must be the happiest plant alive.
That's it. I'd like to be that bad, David.
I wonder if they rinsed that enough.
Oh, it's one drunk bamboo.
Might just die of alcohol poisoning. We'll see. Anyway, so stuff we're going to talk about besides booze is going to be Efail. You're going to rant about an Ubuntu login screen bug.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
You're going to rant about the GDPR.
We need to talk about the GDPR, but yes, I'm going to rant about that.
Oh, it's such bollocks.
Yes. So,
and then we have the news and some feedback.
Exactly. So, shall we get before we start? I have to thank Khalifa and Jonathan, who sent me some Turkish pepper.
Yeah, and I have to thank Khalifa and Jonathan for not sending me some Turkish pepper.
Are you sure? Did they just send it to me?
Yeah, because I've not had any. They didn't ask for my address.
Do you like it?
No.
Oh, then all's well.
Because Mike brought it over when we were in Dublin, and it was horrible.
I took the bag home with me. Like Katie and me were eating that for weeks. It's good.
I'm glad you did, because it's grim.
And then I ran out of it. I need more. I think So I like it. So I thought you were mad, but actually you're not mad. That was completely sincere. You're happy that you didn't get any.
No. I'm totally happy that they didn't. I'm very pleased.
That's great. It's good. They also made a very nice sign, which in very big letters said "eat shit," but actually it said very small "don't" and then very big "eat shit" and then smaller "eat Turkish pepper."
Oh, nice. That's good.
So that was fun. I got a kick out of that, and it was successfully delivered to my PO box, the 6-gun PO box. Yeah. So thanks to them. We should probably. I don't know. Should we thank our hosting company?
Oh, while we're at it, we're brought to you by Bytemark Hosting, the best hosting on the internet, because we get it for free.
I was just setting that up because you make that so much better.
I feel like I have to say it, because at some point they'll pull the plug and they'll be sad.
It's great. No, I love them. At that point, we really would need a Patreon. I wouldn't be... Right now, it's just a running joke, but... You know what? Yeah. I had this great idea. You know how you and Nicholas and whatever and the Discord's always joking about the wiki, like put it in the wiki, and you always say like it's the deep lore. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about just for shits and giggles, like to set up like a simple wiki on the server that and just only give like Discord people of editing rights. And I thought we'll call it the 6-gun deep lore, and it'll be like deeplore.6gun.org or something like that.
I'm so into that.
And then
that's
people
really good.
They should just put like random, like probably wrong shit in there or something.
Oh yeah, as long as it's not like liable. Well, please don't.
I'm okay.
Please don't
I'm not going
besmirch. Please don't besmirch my name. But also put in the deep lore.
I'm not going to sue. I mean, there's this great encyclopedia entry. I don't know if it still exists about Linux Outlaws. It's like basically claims Dan is like Lenin or something. I don't know because there's a picture of a young Lenin that looks a bit like Dan.
Oh wow!
I think the similarity ends at the haircut, but yeah,
potentially.
I think Lenin was also a tall lad.
Whoa, it's real. Confirmed.
David Lennon. Dan, sorry, you're not. You'd be more like. You'd be more like, I don't know. You'd be Trotsky, wouldn't you? It'd be like a proper infuriating bastard.
Which one's the idealist?
Trotsky.
There we go.
That's the guy who got the ice pick in the head.
Ah, a noble death.
I think I'd definitely be Stalin.
Yes. No, that's very that's that. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Seriously, like that sounds weird, but I'm like reading the biography, right? And there's some stuff where I'm like literally like, yeah, I probably would have done that as well. Fucking bastard, just deport them. Like if I had the power to deport people to Siberia, I would do it.
Wow.
I think I would.
I would. I'd create some sort of Scandinavian prison reform system. Yeah, boom.
I think I'd start with the people that came up with the GDPR. Off to the gulag.
It's a fun topic, GDPR, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get up to that later. But first, let's get to some news and some fun stuff. You got a new job.
I did get a new job. I hadn't mentioned it on the show previously because I had not left the previous job and hadn't officially started the new one. But yeah, my
New
my
job
last
confirmed.
new job confirmed. I've been in it for I've been in it for 3 days and I'm still there. And I'm still enjoying
You're
it.
still loving it. Yeah, that's the honeymoon period.
It's the honeymoon. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's really good so far. So yeah, my last day at Autodesk was on the 18th.
I think for me it lasted about a year or something.
Oh wow, that's a good honeymoon period as far as I can tell.
Well, that was basically because it was so overwhelming and nobody tells you anything.
Nice.
And you're so busy just like learning shit that you don't get annoyed with other people because you're too busy to notice the shit they're doing.
Fair. So I've gone to a relatively small startup in Birmingham doing sort of ophthalmology things.
Are you growing a beard?
I'm not growing a beard because
Is it a hipster requirement? Do we need to eat like granola?
I did have granola for breakfast.
Of course.
But it was with Icelandic yogurt.
Oh no, not you're not doing that thing as well.
Skyr is the best.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I don't okay, let's start with that rant, okay? So I don't know how it is in the UK. Mm-hmm. But in Germany, we take our dairy products very seriously. And we make anything from milk to skimmed milk, like there's like 15 million kinds of milk, all the way to cheese, right? We do everything. There's all kinds It
just gets harder.
Yeah,
It's a scale liquid through like basically.
But we do in Germany. We do anything you can do with milk. We do like there's yogurt. There's like fucking I don't even know like creme fraiche kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. There's like schmand. I don't think you even have that.
What the fuck is schmand, fam?
Yeah, that's SCHMAND. I'm looking it up on the dictionary. It's cream. It's sour cream basically, but it's not. Okay. The thing is, it's not sour cream. So creme fraiche.
Too easy.
Yeah,
too easy.
Creme fraiche, sour cream, and schmand are all
Whoa, because creme fraiche is not sour cream. They are very different beasts.
And it's also translated with cream. So fucking Leo, German English dictionary, has no clue either. It's like there's something there's only in German, and it's not sour cream. It's not cream. It's not cream. So in Germany, you can actually I do get lost in the dairy products aisle because Katie's like, bring me this with this percentage of fat, and I'm like, what the. I don't even know. It all looks the same. So I am convinced like the Skyr thing came up this year. It's like the newest fad, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I looked at it because Katie was talking about it. I looked at it in the supermarket, and I don't know what it was, but there's some kind of German yogurt that is exactly the same thing. Like if you look on the labels, I have to dig this up again and take a picture in the supermarket or something. It's like it's exactly the same amount of fat. It's like there's literally I think. When this came up on the internet somehow, I shit you not, I'm convinced that like the German dairy industry just rebranded that other thing that grandmas still buy under that name and call it that Skyr thing, whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna be an absolute hipster about this. I was like, actually, I've been on the Skyr train since 2015. Basically, because summer 2015. I was finishing my masters.
Skyr?
SKYR.
Okay, 2015. You say?
Yeah,
I'm putting that as the show title.
Nice. So I was doing my masters, and I left the shared house that we were in because everyone else had graduated, and I was like, I had a room in a flat somewhere, and like next door there was a pub. I got on first name terms with the landlord. And I also was next to a Waitrose. So I did all my grocery shopping like a right posho and was just perusing the aisle. And they had basically, this was like pre it being popular because they were basically just trying to get rid of it because they were like buy one, get one free, essentially. Like, for the love of God, please buy this yogurt. We've bought loads of it and we can't get rid of it. So I was like, fine. This looks like a good thing to have for breakfast. And I've kind of been having it since. It's sort of like because it comes flavoured, right? And like, at least British yogurts, like you either get like ridiculously kind of so it's kind of like a not so sweet kind of little bit sour kind of set yogurt rather than like a liquid yogurt or like a ridiculously fat Greek style yogurt. So it's this nice kind of middle ground of things, but like importantly, it's flavored without being like utterly laden with sugar, which I think like British yogurts kind of fall foul of, in that they kind of are overly sugared to make them bearable. I'm on the Skyr train.
So in German Wikipedia, it says it's a thick yogurt. Mm-hmm. It's basically quark. It's fucking quark. And there's, and I just discovered there is, I shit you not, there's an English Wikipedia article about quark. Quark or quark is a type of fresh dairy product made by warming sour milk until the desired amount of curdling is met, and then straining it. It is common in the cuisines of German-speaking countries: Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Northern Europe, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Latvia, Lithuania, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, Hungary, Belgium, whatever. Anyway, it's quark, I think. But then they say, in Germany, Skyr is declared as a Frischkäse. And I don't even know what that is in English. It's some kind of cheese, but it's not really. So it's a cheese, basically, in German.
What?
I don't know. There's no English Wikipedia article about Frischkäse. So now I have to...
Yeah, that's plausible.
So there's a whole world of German dairy products. Cream cheese. Cream cheese is the English word for Frischkäse.
What?
But it's not that kind of cream cheese. It's more like Skyr.
Okay.
Except it's a cheese. And apparently in Germany, Skyr is a cheese. But it looks like quark. I think it's quark. Fucking hipsters.
Yeah, so it got like a rebranding at some point, and yeah, it's like the thing. There are adverts on the side of buses for it now. Like, it's gone pretty mainstream. But yeah, meanwhile, back to the point.
Yes, so you work for a hipster startup now.
I'm not growing a beard because I have proved on at least 2 occasions I am incapable of growing a beard.
Yeah, but you're now getting older. That was when you were really young. Maybe it's coming.
I don't know, because I've still... I could do the sideburns, and then it could go down to the chin, and then like just neck beard.
Just do the massive sideburn.
I mean, maybe I could. I feel like I should have been growing that out before I left the previous place. Arrive in the new company with the sideburns and be like, yeah, this is who I am, rather than going through a phase of like, oh, I'm just growing out my sideburns. Basically, like what I've done with shirts, in that like at Autodesk, I turned up in like jeans, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. But the new place, I turn up in a linen shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah,
you went linen.
I'm that guy. Yeah, I went
wow,
linen.
Nice.
And
I love like, linen shirts.
No one knows that I, like 3 days prior, I was like the most studenty looking person ever. I thought, you know what? This is my second job, like proper one, like real, like actual career. I should take this like a couple of degrees more seriously.
Shit, man! I could have done that. Like, you know, I did the website with the tie picture.
Yeah,
I should have just not done that. So if I ever get another job, right? I could like, if I hadn't done that, I could start there like with a massive mustache. Just do like the Poirot mustache again. You know, just do that, and they would never know. They'd think I'd always look like this. Although then they would watch Uplink and then they'd know. So,
start now, Fab. Start now.
I'm looking at that, but then I made those fancy pictures. I can't.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. If people haven't seen this, you should go to. There'll be a link in the show notes. But yeah,
Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra Hotel.com.
Yeah, it's Fab's like swanky CV site.
And by the way, can you? Yeah, sorry.
You're totally owning the one-page CV thing, which is like a thing that like my friends from university and I are kind of like trying to nail. It's like the perfect one-page CV, completely arbitrarily, and it's like one side, not like 2 pages, one sheet, but like, we're trying to nail the one-page CV, and mine's like very nice too, but I have to remove a shitload of stuff.
Well, it took me like, basically, so I have a 2-page version of that, like that I would, if I would actually
Send it to someone. Yeah.
somewhere. I would send that. But I made this from the. You know what the best thing about this was? This was really liberating. I looked at all like these CV things, like at these templates, and then I thought, fuck this! I'm gonna do this in Inkscape. Oh. So I made this CV in Inkscape.
Nice.
This is why it looks different than any other CV.
Wow. I did mine for this job. Because basically I hadn't updated my CV since I did the last CV like 3 and a bit years ago. Oh god, it was like 3.5 years ago. I did that in LaTeX.
Oh yeah.
LaTeX. But I have since lost both the template and the source code for it.
Yeah, and LaTeX. I think it's great for publications, but it tends to look always the same.
Yeah,
and you don't want that in a CV.
I ended up having like quite like a niche template to do the CV, so it looked kind of different. But this time I just went for like just like a Google Doc basically. Google Doc has a template, and I had like an orange accent color, which I then I had to give like a presentation as part of my interview, and I'd like continued the color scheme through, and I was like, man, my presentation was a thing of beauty because like I've realized that my presentation style is just like a bit like Stuart languages in that like that there aren't really words on the screen. I put like one word on the screen and then that's it for like that topic, and then I just rehearse it loads of times so I know exactly what I'm saying, and I don't really have any prompts and it goes kind of well. But like if anyone were to be like, can I have a copy of the slides please, I'm like, well sure, it's like 5 words.
I have that too.
Here's it's on the back of a post-it note, like boom, done. But yeah, so I had to do that, and I had like a coherent color scheme throughout the two.
So you owned it.
I put way too much thought into this, but yeah.
No, you can't. You can't. Like,
but yeah,
so I did it in Inkscape. I mean, come on, it's basically Inkscape and font awesome icons.
How does that like render on the website then? Is it like an image?
The CV itself is just a PDF.
So you like made it as a PDF and then just like...
I just exported it as a PDF.
That makes way more sense. I was thinking you'd somehow like exported it as an SVG and then you had some sort of SVG renderer.
Well, you can export right into PDF from Inkscape. And I have to send you the big one at some point because it has like the big one on the second page has a tag cloud.
Oh,
it's like a skill tag cloud. It's like
nice.
Actually, Katie came up with that. It's a great idea.
You could also have like a tweet tag cloud as well.
Yeah,
like, Warhammer 40,000.
Warhammer hate. Fucking morons.
Assholes.
Yes.
Beers.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cool. So, one thing I wanted to say, I'm looking at your avatar in Discord, right? And can you send me that picture? I want to use that as your avatar for the 6 months site.
Sure. Yeah, I can send you that.
It looks great. And also, I'm not saying that Nicholas should do that, but that picture, photoshopped with some massive sideburns, would look hilarious. Like really fluffy side. You know basically the 19th century sideburns, or like Jezra style. You know that kind of.
Oh my god, Jezra's sideburns. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What I'd give to have a mighty sideburn.
So we need that. Yeah. So cool. You're in the honeymoon period. That's great. That's awesome.
I am indeed.
I am feeling old.
You are, because apparently 35 years ago,
the
18 first aired.
Yes. So
which is crazy.
Yeah, because I'm 35. Or I'm turning 35, and now I'm feeling really old. And it's just I watched the intro again today. This is so good, you know. Again, like in the German, it's not as good, but afterwards I watched it in English, and you know the whole in 1972, that kind of thing. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-team. So good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's just like, I feel like both me and you has been around for our entire lives, which is crazy. I had this when I went to the G3 tour to see the guitarists, Joe Satriani, John Petrucci, and some crazy German guy called Uli John Roth. He is apparently a man who plays guitar in Germany. But I had this whole thing. I was like, holy crap! Like, various Joe Satriani albums I do not remember a time without. And 18, and there's like this whole kind of like thing in like media where that feels really, really weird to me. Being like, there was never a point in my life when I did not know like the theme tune to the A-Team. Like the A-Team could be the punchline of any joke in my life, and it would have been like I'd have known it. It's crazy. Like what? It all happened before I was born. Like that's crazy. I don't. How does it hold up? When was the last time you watched it?
I think I have to watch it again. Okay. It's been a long time now. I think I told the story how last Christmas I got all these presents, and then like on second day of Christmas, whatever, my dad's like, "Oh yeah, I bought like the A-Team and it's like shit," and I'm like, "What?" And so I scored like the whole, the DVD box set, so I have it all. Yeah. So I need to watch it again. But I think the A-Team is one of those rare shows where, I mean, it was so ridiculous when it was made that it's like it's aging really well because it's just like you can't. It like. How would it get bad? Like you'd say, the special effects are shit. They were shit to begin with.
Yeah, like
the acting's really over the top.
None of the things were trying to blow you away with their production values, which I think, it kind of comes back to my kind of like not really my like me liking things that are a bit shaky, that aren't so well produced. Is that because I think they do age a lot better. Because like old so the Doctor Who comparison I have is that old Doctor Who to me looks like not better but has aged better than new Doctor Who, because old Doctor Who was clearly done on a budget. It was a kids TV show. Like it was shit then and it's still shit now, but like the decrease is less, whereas new Doctor Who like didn't look perfect. Like at no point has it ever been movie quality, but like it looked comparatively better and has therefore aged far worse in my mind. So things like the A-Team like don't really age tremendously well, and like things that use practical effects a lot like are quite good. So it's kind of like
I think sci-fi is just a bad example. Like if you look at Babylon 5, that's just like horrible. Like the show is still good, but it's
I guess because I watched Babylon 5 like a long time after. I watched Babylon 5 for the first time in like 2013, 14. So to me, it already had like the kind of this is vintage sci-fi. Whereas I never had the time when I watched that and I was like, whoa, this is a really cool.
Yeah, but like there's vintage
stuff on TV.
And there's like stuff that's just shit. Like the special effects are just shit. They're not vintage. They're shit. Like TNG special effects are vintage. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I guess.
I think it's mostly CGI. CGI is a problem. CGI always doesn't age well. I think with the A-Team, it's just something like because it's practical, as you say. But there's shit practical effects, right?
Like I still think that shit practical effects in like 20 years time will look better than bleeding edge CGI.
I think the A-Team is pretty special. I think the 80s was pretty special. It's MacGyver is the same thing. These are shows that like you couldn't do today, and you couldn't. I think you could do in the 90s, and you couldn't do it any time since then. People would have said, "Well, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like that's shit." Like, and for some reason in the 80s, like nobody fucking cared. It was great. Like people were just like, "Yeah, let's do that." And I think it's. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of shows age like there's a huge difference what kind of genre it is. Yeah. For example, cop shows age really well. Like you can watch like 70s Columbo.
And because like again, there's like no CGI there. The special effects are quite minimal. Yeah. Like the practical effects are also quite minimal.
That's true, but you can like for example, really old Columbo. It's like it's horrible. Like the way it's filmed. it's so bad that like the lighting is so bad that when he stands in front of a wall, you can see like a cutout shadow. It's like fucking. I would be filming that right now with the light I have in this room. Right, it's really bad, but still, it doesn't like. It kind of still works because it's kind of like it's like a period piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's what shows that are set like intentionally in the past or like right now, like current to when it's airing. I think kind of age better because like they're gonna look old, but that is the point. Like that is of its time. You look at the A-Team or some show that like a police drama from the 70s. That looks like the 70s because it was made in the 70s using the 70s. Whereas I think like sci-fi definitely falls over in that like it's invariably about the future and it'll be like the 90s idea of what the future is.
I think fantasy is the same thing. It's just because it relies on special effects so much. So if you watch Cena or Hercules right now, you'd think
it's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, and it's like Game of Thrones so much better because the effects are better.
Things that involve fantastical things are gonna be shit. So like allegedly, the rumor on the internet is that there is going to be a kind of Western style, like as in like from the West rather than like the Wild West style live action Gundam show.
Oh god.
Which I just do not understand how they're gonna do that because the amount of effects, like everything on screen apart from like the person's face, will have to be effects.
It's just gonna be
insane.
It's just gonna be Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So like I think like those things because like I kind of been watching some like just like diving into like bits of Stargate, not like watching it through from the beginning, but like picking out like some cool episodes that happened, and it's really really weird because the early episodes I find are actually, despite being more cringy, because like the first two seasons they're still finding their feet, they haven't worked out are they serious or are they a comedy yet, and some of the stuff is just absolute bollocks. But I feel it's kind of aged better than like some of the later series because the early seasons don't rely so much on the kind of
the effects,
on the digital effects.
It's like
because,
Alien has aged incredibly well. Aliens is a bit cringy now.
A little bit, like some bits of it are still
because that relies on effects. Whereas Alien,
entirely agree.
Alien just relies on we can't show the alien anyway because it looks shit. So we're not going to show it, and we'll do everything with like atmosphere, and that ages incredibly really well. So I was thinking about this so I've been watching Bosch, right? Mm-hmm. So and Bosch in 30 years is still going to be a great show. The Expanse in 30 years, I'll probably still love it, but it's like Babylon 5. It'll gotta look like Babylon 5. Like
it's gonna look like
the effects.
It's gonna look like Firefly.
Well, no, I wouldn't. Like let's talk about Firefly in a second. I think it's gonna be like Babylon 5 because the effects right now you think they're amazing for a TV show, right? But in 30 years they're gonna be crap. Firefly actually I think works really well. Firefly is another show where the effects are not really important. Like most of it's just filmed in the ship or like in California, and they're just riding horses around. It's a bit like the A-Team actually. I think it's filmed in the same locations. It's just like some those mountains. Like I want to go there at some point. I'm gonna go to California and I'm gonna this mountain range just out of LA or something. It's probably when you just drive out of LA for a bit. And it's where all the camera team goes. And these mountains, I mean, they've been in the A-Team. They've been in, they've been in Firefly. They've been in anything. Like, they've been in, I don't know, Columbo. It's always the same mountains. It's like fucking Stargate. It's like those mountains. It's just the mountains in Canada. It's like every fucking planet looks like, it's like Babylon, the new Battlestar Galactica. Everything looks like it's from Stargate because it's the same place. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's true.
So, but we're going to talk about the Expanse. Before we're going to do that, there's some event happening that you're going to. Yeah.
So there's the third. Oh my god, third. That's ridiculous. Not showing event thing. It's Force Talk Live 2018. Basically, all the tickets have gone, but it is ultimately in a pub. and people, because they're free tickets, no one returns tickets that are free, so you could probably just come along and sneak your way in. I didn't say to do that, but it's fine. Me, Stuart, Joe, and Marius are doing the Drunken Mashup show at the end again. And we're kind of going to do a bit of like a kind of debatey thing. So if you have a topic that you'd like us to talk about, or like potentially argue about, maybe send it along, and I'll put it forward as one of the things to like shout at, and for me to tell once again a room full of Linux people at a FOSS event that they should be using Windows.
No, you're like the Linux guy now. You've turned full circle.
No, because I get to come along and be like, so hi guys, VS Code is like the best text editor right now.
Dave and me have like switched brains. Like I was on the Discord today. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy like GitHub because I want like private repos. And Dave is, why? Can't you just put this on the server and install Git? And then Nicholas was on the case, and you're like, that sounds amazing. And I'm I did this for years. It's shit.
I get to turn up and be like, hi, so this is my like laptop that I use for coding. It runs Ubuntu, but I still think Microsoft do some interesting things. But Microsoft have their own Linux distribution. Everybody, it's great.
You should just run that. Just turn up with that. I don't even know if you can run it.
Hi, I don't. So it's
just virtualized, is it?
Yeah, it's designed for the cloud. So I don't know what hardware it actually runs.
On something. Just
well. The Dell laptops are like specifically done for Linux, so I imagine all the hardware's in the kernel. Because I didn't install any bonus things with 1804 for hardware, so it might just work. I mean, it's not going to have a desktop. It's going to be headless, but you know
that's even fun. More geek cred.
I'll learn Vim.
Yeah, just do everything in Vim. What do you mean learn? There's nothing to learn.
Oh yeah, the only thing you need to learn is like $Q.
WQ.
Is it WQ?
Well, if you want to save your file.
No, I don't want to save my file. I just want to leave it and open it in something real with a mouse
Q
pointer.
Exclamation mark, right?
Fuck,
is it?
Bollocks.
I never do that.
I type in $Q and it exits. Maybe I have like a million running processes of just like text files I've never closed.
Well, if you do exclamation mark, it just quits. I think it's just it doesn't ask you.
Fewer button presses.
I think with Q it warns you if you haven't saved.
Okay, potentially. Yeah, it might do. That kind of like amazing thing in kind of command line news. It's like an Ubuntu podcast command line love segment right now. Is that if you're on Windows and you install Git,
it's like an Ubuntu podcast. Well, if you're on Windows,
if you're on Windows and you're like, man, I really need Git because things don't install it themselves. You download the Git installer and it installs Git Bash. As of some point in the last 6 months, I think, they have enabled as the default text editor, rather than like Vim or Emacs or stuff, you can have Nano, which is just like, oh my god, a real command line text editor.
Mind blown. Should I just like blow, like, if we have any old Linux Outlaws listeners left on this podcast, right? I'm gonna chase them away right now. What I'm using right now on Windows for Git stuff, I discovered this thing called Git Kraken.
It's really good, but it's wonderfully close source, right?
It is, and it's like a GUI for Git, and it's like Git client, and I've never used the GUI for Git, and it's actually quite nice.
It's really good. Like it's one of the things that when I was at Autodesk, the entire company was transitioning to Git. Like various different parts of the company used like all of the version control systems, including some homegrown ones that are cobbled together from Perl scripts. So there was kind of like a decree from upon high, like everyone shall use Git, all of the code shall be in GitHub Enterprise. And I was kind of like, I was using, kind of like looking at, because like some people like prefer graphical tools. Like some people have come from like Microsoft TFS kind of things, so there's been kind of like trying to come up with like if a workflow for people who like people are cool with a command line. That's great. Git's great for those people. Coming up with like decent tools for it, and like Git Kraken was one of the ones that I'd like recommend for people because like it makes it really nice and it's a really pretty user interface.
It is. It's cool looking. Yeah, so
it's really good. I'm a hipster, and I use the command line because it's great, and I've just memorized the commands. I did the thing where I memorized the commands. I don't really know what they do, but they work. But for things where I want a decent merge, I want to visualize the things, I end up falling back to source tree from Atlassian, so that's you out straight away.
Fucking hate and my god. You know how they say hell is other people? That is not right. Hell is Confluence. Which I guess comes down to the same thing. It's like other people using Confluence.
I feel like Atlassian stuff is really good if you're on a small team, but the moment that you put 7,000 engineers on the same instance of Jira,
no, we don't have that. My
it's the slowest thing I've ever used in my life. My experience
is they have this project at work, which has been going on for years now, which is this huge transformational project for the whole company, right? Mm-hmm. And they have these meetings, and they have all this shit, and they have these people talking about shit, and it's and then it's a meeting, it's an all hands meeting. It's on Project X we're doing this, and well, if you want to see where we're at, you can see that in Confluence. If you don't have a Confluence login, we can set one up for you. And I'm like, no! And then people are like, what's your problem? I don't want a Confluence login! Go to hell! Fucking it's a wiki. Why don't they just use a fucking wiki that's usable?
Because it's got integrations with Jira and Bitbucket.
Yeah, with Jira. Oh god, when you were today, you were why don't you just use Bitbucket, right?
Well,
so I looked at Bitbucket again. See what kind of it's okay, I want a Git client, right? And you go to Bitbucket, it's these are our plans, and you get this with this free plan. You get these many continuous integration seconds in a cycle, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
The important bit was Fab wanted private repositories, hosted private Git repositories, right. And so GitHub is a place where you can do that, but you have to pay $7 a month, and it gives you unlimited ones. Right. I suggested Bitbucket because Bitbucket you get 5 free repositories that are private. I was like, okay, solves your problem because you don't really need all the GitHub features as such.
I want the GitHub feature. I like GitHub. I just like the interface.
But my point was just just ignore the bollocks. Ignore the CI/CD shit surrounding. Ignore the software bollocks.
They just put it in your face.
But the important thing was that this line here, you get 5 for free rather than for $7 a month. So $7 a month buys you just half a beer in London.
Let me explain this before people send us a lot of feedback, right? So
someone's going to set you up a Git repository right now. Someone's already done it. That's already happened.
So I had for a long time, I had on a server, I just had Git, on the thing Nicholas explained to you. I just had Git on a server.
Yeah, the thing that took me so long to. And don't go find it in the Discord where I'm how does this work? How does what's
just the URL? What?
I'm just I was being. It's embarrassing how stupid I was being.
So I had that, and that has 2 problems. If you want to make that publicly accessible, you have
to give everyone SSH keys to your server.
Well, that's okay. It's just me, but you still have to secure that, right? It's a.
Oh, sorry. You meant just make it available on the internet. I thought you meant if you wanted to make the repository public.
No, I just want to. I just want to make it available on the internet so that I can set SSH in, right? So that's an attack point. And the other things I want a graphical interface, a web interface, and I really like GitHub's. And
that's fair. Yeah, GitHub is kind of the default.
The one that the open
everyone knows how to use
that Git has their shit. Their shit compared to GitHub. And the other thing is when you set that up, you need to secure that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just I did that. I know how that works. And it's I just want GitHub, and I just want that. And this $7 fucking a month. So what? It's this beer I'm drinking today. These 3 beers, they were a lot more expensive than that. So I don't know. I'm kind of happy with that. Now I can write my book in private.
In Git.
I'm doing that in Git, actually. It's quite handy. I'm writing all my articles are in Git. I've done this for ages.
I don't know if I mentioned it previously, but I'm slowly like moving all of my written recipes to Git.
Oh no, you haven't talked about that.
And I went full software engineer fab. I have written tests for my recipes.
What? What?
So if you go to
I haven't written a test in my life. I don't even know how that works.
Oh god, I'm trying to find the URL. If you go to github.com
right
/davidmn/recipes, I have like an inordinate amount of Python surrounding my recipes. So I've got like 3 folders.
Oh, you got the nice picture there as well. It needs sideburns.
So yeah, I've got 3
They're
folders.
under LGPL. Your recipes are under LGPL.
Well, because I've got code. I've got loads of code.
Smallpancakes.md.
Yes, I've got it all in Markdown.
So how do you write a test for Markdown?
So it's basically just so that any recipe I write conforms to basically the coding standard. So I have various tests.
Holy shit, this might actually be useful.
I have tests to make sure that every recipe has a non-zero title, that the file name is the same, it matches the format
I'm watching
of
this
the
repository now, by the way.
Cheers. I test that it has a method that's non-zero, it has ingredients that is non-zero.
Oh my god. Latest commit, ignore.vs code, dear.
Yeah, because I use VS Code. That's
oh my god.
Basically just like sanity checking that all the recipes that I don't like put anything there that's bollocks.
You are aware that I will now file issues on that.
Oh, that's good. You've been like, man, you're using cups as a measurement or something. And then the cool in inverted commas, cool thing is that I've set up Travis CI to run the tests whenever I commit. So I get the green ticks next to my commits to hey, I've continuous integration on my recipe.
You have continuous integration on your... Like, this guy has recipes built passing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're a fucking nerd.
Because, yeah, I mean, it started as, like, how do I write tests in Python? And then it's like, well, I know how to make it happen in Travis automatically. And I was like, what if I make my tests a pre-commit hook and I can't commit unless I write passing recipes? Oh, it's amazing, Fab. It's the future. As you can tell from the commit history, I've not actually added a recipe in like ages, but I've done loads of bullshit surrounding it.
Of course, yes.
It's a big kind of distraction.
I will file like I will do like a pull request or something. Just so you see my nice shirt and tie avatar.
Nice. Oh yeah, no. If people want to submit recipes, I'm more than happy to do that. I think I have a contributing. I've got a code of conduct. They're gonna have to agree to my code of conduct before you.
So I can't like submit my my famous penis cookies.
No, you can't. There's pull request templates. I went like, whoa, way too far. But it's really good. It was really fun. I would recommend everyone takes their side projects slightly too far. It's great.
Oh my god! I'll have to put a link to that in the show notes. Anyway, where were we? Before we completely fucking like we're still in the news, mate.
Oh my! Fast Talk Live. Submit your questions.
Yeah.
Fab. We had an interesting 2 weeks where The Expanse was dead, but it's now alive again.
Yeah. So Sci-Fi cancelled it. After the current season.
Bullshit, considering that it's the only good thing they've ever made.
Actually, it is not. I completely understand why they did it, even though my whole Twitter timeline doesn't. So if you look this up, right? Apparently, the Expanse, one episode, right, costs on average $4 million to make.
Yes,
which is like half of what the Star Trek Discovery episode costs.
It's quite a lot of money.
Yes, and now I quote the Hollywood Reporter: "Opening to promising reviews and a strong collection of loyal viewers, its first season averaged 581,000 viewers." In the advertiser coveted 18 to 49 demographics and 1.4 million total viewers with 3 days of DVR.
Yeah.
So from that, you can see 4 million an episode, 1 million viewers. you're gonna
not ideal.
You're gonna make a loss on that. That doesn't that's the problem right there. Also, all the problems we have talked about, the fact that the whatever fucking deal they have because it's a network show means you can't watch it in Europe. Like right now, I haven't seen a single episode. We talked about this, right?
Same.
Of the season because you can only pirate it over here, and it's like I can't be asked right now. It's not good. So these are all the reasons. So we had that, but now the news as we recorded a day or two ago is that apparently Amazon is in talks to take it over and produce season 4. Now I think that's cool because people are saying Netflix or Amazon basically to pick them up would make sense. Why I much prefer the interface that Netflix has because Amazon's is fucking horrible. And actually the content they have, I think Amazon's a lot better at producing shows. I think their track record is a lot better. Like, just case in point, the Grand Tour is better than Top Gear was, in my opinion. And that's the thing you need to that's something that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, so the things I've watched, like Man in High Castle, I've really enjoyed on it. And then there was a 12 episode thing about fashion designers in post World War II France called The Collection that had one season, and it was really good, and it's not come back for a season 2.
Yeah, and I would urge people just watch Bosch. I mean, that's
there's a
Amazon
lot of shit there, and
it's brilliant.
I think you're right in that Netflix kind of original things, like Stranger Things was really good.
Well, yeah, but whoa, The Expanse is a Netflix original.
No, but like actual
produced,
yeah, proper.
So I haven't seen Dark
content.
Yet. I haven't seen Dark yet.
Dark's good. I enjoyed Dark.
But Altered Carbon is not so hot. Apparently.
Yeah, basically all the Marvel bollocks is just naff. It's just trash.
Yeah. So.
And that's coming from me.
I was going to say.
A Marvel fanboy.
So yeah, the stuff I saw, Katie was watching, I think she started with, Jessica
Jones?
Yeah, and then the guy with the martial arts guy.
This is the man I call Deadpool,
Iron
but
Fist
he's not, is
or
he?
something.
Oh, that guy, Iron Fist, yeah.
So,
Jesus
so
Christ.
I was just watching this when I walked through the room or whatever, or stayed there for a few minutes, right? And it struck me how bad the acting was, except for whoever the main protagonist in Jessica Jones is, she's really good, but all the other actors are horrible. They're really bad. So I don't. Yeah, I'd be happy if Amazon picks it up. Also, Amazon, I think, happy to just spend, I think they've got money to burn. I think they, tax-wise, Amazon always had this thing. For a long time, they didn't actually want to make a profit.
Yes.
They had massive revenue, and then they just burn it all. This is the way of growing their company. And basically not paying taxes, I think.
Yeah.
They're spending lots of money. I think they bought the rights for Lord of the Rings, and they're going to make a TV show, and that was
which is crazy. Expensive. I'd really rather didn't. No, cease.
I think they
that.
should. I was thinking about this, and I think a Game of Thrones format would work a lot better for Lord of the Rings than the fucking movies. They were just boring.
I think the key thing is that fantasy has come a lot. A long way.
This is your fucking progressive bullshit again.
No, I mean that there is a lot of boring shit in Lord of the Rings.
Well,
there's
I think they can just make it good. Let's have sex scenes between hobbits and elves.
There's a lot of elven poetry. There's Tom fucking Bombadil.
He's
the
fun.
Ents. The whole point of the Ents is they're really slow and boring. That's really boring. I just I love Lord of the Rings. I spent my entire childhood obsessing over it, but at this point I'm maybe, perhaps in the last God knows how many decades,
Yeah, but
people have sort of learned lessons from it.
Apparently, you can spice it up. I mean, HBO did that with Game of Thrones. I mean, I tried to read the fucking first book. It's fucking boring, and I haven't seen the TV show. But whatever everybody says, apparently it's engaging. So they must have changed something from the book. I don't know.
That's Fab's review of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, you can just spice it up, have some sex scenes between elves. That'll work. Hobbit maybe. Sex scenes, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I think Amazon's going to be a good fit. And whatever, like if Amazon or Netflix, if I don't know if this is going to happen, but if it is, I guess we can also then maybe they'll put the whole season up at once.
I really fucking hope
in Europe at the same time as in the US. Mind blown.
Would that not be amazing? Season 4.
The problem with The Expanse is, I think it's such a modern show, and it's stuck in such an old-fashioned, an episode a week.
The more it happens, the more I'm acutely aware of the actual the kind of hardcore fans are disparate, and they're on the internet. And they're talking about it on the internet, and they're all pirating it because holy shit.
Yeah, but also something that that came out of this is actually the live tweet events. They have today, we were going to say Wednesday, a new episode airs, and everybody will tweet about this, which is annoying if you're in Europe and you can't watch it. But that's something that came out of it, a community thing. But there's no reason you can't do these things with a show where they just put the whole thing online. I mean, you could if anybody, if the writers or if James S.A. Corey guys, or I don't know, some of the actors, Cass Anwar is really active. If he would organize, okay, this week we're watching that episode, people would do that. I mean, I am in the Expanse Discord.
Wow.
And they did this before the current season started. They did just a viewing thing, watch an episode a night of the old season and watch the series through again. And so you can still do that. Just join the fucking modern world with how you distribute this shit. And what they need is this is a niche show. And this is, I respect the whole save the Expanse hashtag and whatever. But let's face it. There are not enough people watching this show. It's not a show written to be watched by enough people. It's a very intelligent show for space nerds like us. But there aren't enough people like that. So what they need is they need to put this on a streaming service that caters to these niche things like Netflix or Amazon and is happy to just front the bill and maybe, take a hit on it, but have a great show, that is well regarded.
Yeah.
And that maybe in 10 years or whatever, they're then famous for. I think, The Expanse, if you read the books and if they're going to stay faithful to the books, it's just going to get more expensive as it goes along.
Yeah, there's no way it gets cheaper.
That's what sci-fi knows as well. But at the point where they hit is it Elos? Is that the slug planet?
Yeah.
At the point where they hit that,
it's gonna be a lot of money on CGI.
It's gonna be a lot of money, but it's also gonna be that's gonna be mainstream. I always thought about this. If they continue with this show, the whole book that's set on Elos, that would be a great 2-hour movie. That would be something that you could spin off just as a movie.
I do wonder sometimes what it would have been like if they'd have just said that the Expanse TV show was actually just a movie. So they did a 2-hour movie instead of a TV show.
I don't think that would have worked.
I would wonder how it would be different.
If the first book is so complicated, if you watch the first season of The Expanse, it's so complicated, you cannot put that in a movie. It doesn't work.
I guess you'd simplify it, but
yeah, but that's gonna be then it's gonna be shit. I think the way they did that is great. There are some of the books that would work great as a movie. The other ones where Earth is gonna be bombarded, where Amos is spoilers.
Doing shit, yeah.
Rescuing whatever, when they go to the prison.
rescuing Priscilla. Her name's not Priscilla, but yeah.
It's gone out of my mind as well. Peach. What does it call a peach?
Persephone.
No, Mao's
Peaches.
Peaches. Yeah, he keeps calling it Mao's daughter. Anyway, so that book, that would be a good movie as well. But
I guess actually like quite a lot of the little small novellas would be great, but movies so.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Like The Churn or something like that would be pretty rad.
I have reasonable hope. I think. Yeah, I mean, come on, Amazon. Compared to what you spend on like the rights for a lot of the rings, this is nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna win you all the nerds, right? I mean, come on. Like there's no good. There's no. I'm on a record saying there's not enough good content on Amazon. Like when I watch, I turn that on, right? I got it because of the Grand Tour, and everything I want to watch on there is like movies I need to buy that are not part of Prime.
Yeah,
and Bosch is fucking great.
Do you have to be a Prime subscriber to do those movies? To like buy the movies or like rent them?
No, I think I don't know how it works. I think it works different in Europe, maybe even in Germany than in other countries.
Okay, because like we actually end up like renting and or buying things on Amazon, like just the video stuff, like
we only have that. Like we don't have in Germany. We don't have Prime Video.
Okay,
we have just Amazon Video, and for us it's like it's all renting and buying. And then there's certain stuff that has like a little Prime symbol that is included.
Okay, yeah.
And those are like the TV. Those are like the shows.
Okay, we have very similar stuff. Yeah, because we end up like renting movies through Amazon quite regularly.
I don't rent movies because we have Netflix. We'll just watch the stuff that's on Netflix.
What's the thing? Like that Netflix's kind of content amount is just crap. Like the amount of things that just disappear from Netflix.
But you say that, but also on Netflix is a lot of stuff that you can just like. So Amazon, if they didn't have the Prime shipping thing, it'd be way too expensive for what you actually get because you need to buy and rent everything anyway. On Netflix, but you get a lot of stuff just for free, for your fee.
Just being like, on the weekend we rented the new Jumanji film because we wanted to see it when it came out. We never got around to it, and it's like £4 or something. And that's fine because like when you think that like two of us watched that for £4. Like versus the cinema, it's like quite an efficient thing.
No, I'm not saying it isn't, but it's like why, Katie? I mean, we're not doing this because we don't. We just sit down. Like we watch 90% of the stuff we watch is TV shows, like shows, and we sit down Saturday night, whatever, want to watch a movie, right? And we don't say we want to watch Jumanji. We're like, oh, what's on Netflix? Just pick something and watch it.
Okay. Now we like targetedly like think about like okay, like right now we're still on the Brooklyn Nine-Nine binge.
But you go to the cinema. I mean,
yeah, we do like for some things, but like for like big things. So like we went to see Avengers, but like we will not be going to the cinema to see Deadpool because it's just a massive faff to like basically spend like an entire evening or like longer, like not necessarily an evening, but like a decent fraction of your weekend just going to the cinema. It's just like a bit of a faff. Whereas it's like, okay,
this is why I never go to the cinema.
We can just wait like a couple of months and then it's on Amazon and you can rent it for £4. It's like, well, why would we ever do it?
I'll just wait a couple of years and it's going to turn on Netflix and I could just.
I don't know. I think I think that has definitely historically been true, but as publishers are getting more aware that that's a thing that happens, and that people go, fuck it, we'll wait for it to be on Netflix. Basically, publishers are kind of coming up with their own subscription services.
Well,
so
we're talking about Disney and Marvel.
Yeah, so like,
I think their movies are shit. I don't watch their movies.
No,
anymore.
But that's the thing. Like they're like, oh my god, we initially like all of these companies sold the rights to their films to Netflix for really cheap because they were like, fuck it, who's gonna rent a thing who's gonna like stream a thing on the internet? The internet doesn't even like work well enough for that. But like that's changing, and like that's I think why things are disappearing. That's because other companies are going, well, actually, like we could bet we can make more money off it by doing our own thing. Hopefully, so that's why I think like the kind of strategy of like just waiting for it to appear on Netflix, I don't think is going to fly for tremendously much longer because
it's got to be because for the you don't understand you're not seeing my use case for the 8 times a year. For the 8 times a year I'm doing this, there's going to be something on there, you know.
Okay, so you're just like I'll put on Netflix and like watch the thing that they have.
Well, no, I'm like, and I'm like
us being like, okay, so we didn't see imagine we didn't see Avengers: Infinity War. We're like, okay, we'll wait for it to be on Netflix. Like, when's that going to be on Netflix? Like, realistically.
Yeah, but I don't want to see that. So my point is
but that's my point. But like, you're what films are you watching that are going to be on Netflix? I don't know.
Like, it's some 80s movies that I've seen before that are on Netflix that will always be on Netflix because they're worth nothing.
So it's like the polar opposite of like our use case. Then.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, okay, I might as well, like, I don't know. Even if it's not on Netflix, then I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna have Netflix to watch Star Trek as long as they have all of that. If they don't, I'm just gonna get rid of Netflix.
That's the thing. I think Star Trek is gonna probably like not be on there forever.
Well, then I won't have Netflix anymore. Then I'm like, okay, fuck that. Then I'm not watching Star Trek at all anymore. I've seen it all. Like, what? I've got half of Star Trek as a DVD in my DVD case. I've got all the movies I want to watch on there. I could just watch Ronin again, or I can The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly again, or I can watch like Dirty Harry again. And I'll be happy. And the rest of the time, I usually just watch TV shows. And I don't see it as bad as you do because it's not gonna work. Like these I mean, Disney and Marvel are an exception because they have a very special content catalog. But all the others, like, I mean, how's that CBS on Access thing working out for them?
I'm not suggesting that these services are going to be successful, but I'm going to say in the period that will be 1 or 2 years, or maybe longer,
until they go
while they're trying to work out that it doesn't work, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and I'd like outright. Then I don't want it to be a pain in the ass. So like, if the rental option through Amazon is like far better for us, because it's like, well, you just rent the thing. It's great. You watch the thing and it's good. Job done. Versus like, oh, well, we've subscribed to like fucking that thing in the UK, Now TV. That's like, well, we've got all the TV shows because we're secretly Sky.
But you're not seeing far ahead. Then I'll just wait the 2 years before they figure it out. I mean, look at the music. Music industry. We've learned this. The thing you want is a service like Spotify where you pay a certain amount of money in a month. You just get all the music. Job done.
That's the thing. Like we literally had that. That was Netflix like a few years ago. Like people didn't appreciate like Netflix got a load of things for cheap because people didn't realize how much money there was in the business. And we had like the glory days of Netflix where all of the films we wanted to watch were on Netflix. And like
no, I don't think that's the case because there were lots of studios even back then that even didn't put their stuff on Netflix.
Like I think comparatively now Netflix was a lot better of a deal back in the day.
I think the problem is just that you're just watching Marvel movies and they're just pulling the Marvel movies. If you were watching like Universal Studios stuff,
I'm basically just wanting to watch like what's in the cinema now, but like in 4 months' time.
Yeah,
like when the DVDs are out, that's what I want, and that's not what Netflix gives you right now.
Which is why I'm okay with it because all the stuff that's in the cinema now
because you want to watch
bollocks.
something that came out on VHS in 1994.
Yes, because it was better.
Lies, bollocks.
It was
nothing good happened in 1994.
I don't know, 1994. Okay, wait. Movies of 1994. We will see. So, The Lion King,
Meh.
Pulp Fiction. I don't like Pulp Fiction. Forrest Gump, that was a shit movie. True Lies. Dumb and Dumber.
No, see, you're proving my point. Nothing good.
Speed.
Oh, okay, that was a good film.
The Mask.
Less so.
Ace Ventura. That was the same year as Mask. It's the same guy. How did he...
Busy lad. So, yeah,
Mighty Ducks 2. Time Cop. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, these are all German. Stargate came fucking out in 1994.
Yeah,
Eat your words.
Yeah, the film is trash.
The film is amazing. It's it's beautiful. It is great. It's a great movie. I love that. These are all in German. Star Trek Generations. Well, that was a shit movie. Yeah, right. That was a shit movie.
I think we've talked about Netflix and Amazon to death.
Yes, we're still in the news, aren't we?
We are.
George R. R. Martin says they should renew the expanse. So does Will Wheaton, and you can't, you have to, because you can't disagree with Will Wheaton, otherwise you're just a dick, apparently. Other things I want to mention. So I talked about seeing Little Steven last year on the Soulfire tour. He has a live album of that tour out, and it's amazing. It's great. Listen to it. Speaking of seeing people in concert, I'm going to be on a motorbike tour once this is out. I'm going to be in the Alps. And when I come back, I'm going to see Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh my God.
St. Pauli. He's coming to Hamburg. He was in Hamburg last year. I missed him because I didn't know he was making music back then. Then I discovered his album. It's fucking amazing. The guy's great. So it's going to be great. It's good. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's all the news.
Good. Sounds good.
What's that in the news anyway? Is that news? That's Fab news.
It's just Fab news.
Okay, now into the show. Let's talk about topics.
Yeah, so the first topic we have on the list is Efail. It's a vulnerability with a name and a logo.
Yeah, as it has to be these days.
Were there t-shirts? Could you buy t-shirts?
I don't know.
Let's do some live research, because, this was a thing that some researchers basically went to people like the EFF saying, oh, there's a big problem with PGP email encryption.
And S-MIME.
And S-MIME. And hyped it up a lot. So on the Discord, on the morning of it, we were all excitedly waiting. Are they leaking private keys? Is everything entirely fucked? Oh! And the announcement comes out.
I didn't notice this because I was busy.
So,
writing about shit.
In hash tech, we were chatting about what could potentially be going on. I thought that potentially, I was like, whoa, what if it's just leaking your keys or something? Is there some sort of terrifying thing that fun? Because the thing was they said that it was previously sent emails were also vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it turned out no, it's really boring. Essentially, plugins that do your email encryption followed the standard, but the standard was incorrect, and essentially you could send HTML. The order in which things get basically you could put some HTML in that you'd have your kind of encrypted body. You would decrypt it, and then the plain text would then be sent to a remote, sent as a kind of head, as a request. Yeah,
what you do
some
is
maliciously crafted server.
What you do is you how in MIME you can have different parts for emails and then they're reassembled and whatever. And so what you do is you break that, and what it does is when you read a PGP encrypted mail, your client decrypts it, as it should. Yeah. Then puts the email back together, and in that process, there's an open image URL. So it goes http fabserver.com/image JPEG. I don't know, what do you put then? An ampersand or whatever. And then puts the decrypted the plain text in that URL. So it thinks your plain text is part of the image URL. And then
it goes away, tries to load the image, and then is actually
evilserver.com.
Yeah, is sending the entire plain text over the internet.
Well, that's the easy to fix problem.
Yeah, which it's basically assuming you're downloading it, which is kind of bollocks anyway. Because if you're a crazy person who's doing PGP or MIME encrypted emails, you probably have HTML email disabled. You probably have. You're probably not loading content by default.
Yes, you are. So this is I'm one of the guys who uses.
Do you? I don't.
Well, the thing is, look, we use this at work, right? And we have a thing where we have this. I helped set this up. It's actually using SecureDrop, right? From Freedom of Press Foundation. So it's this thing where it's a web interface where people can send us tips, whistleblower kind of stuff. And what it does. It when it goes into SecureDrop, it actually goes into SecureDrop, and we have a special way of accessing that. But like we also have like a thing where like when you go there, it gives you the option. Well, you can use SecuredOp for the highly secure stuff, or you can use this web form, which isn't as secure, but it'll basically in your browser PGP encrypt your content and send that to an editor by mail, and it'll be end-to-end encrypted from your browser. Right? It'll go through to mail server from Heiser or whatever, but it'll be PGP encrypted. And that just lands in my inbox. And I open that with my normal Thunderbird at work that I read all the other email with. And that Thunderbird fetches images from remote sources because I get a lot of PR emails. And they're all images from remote sources because that's how email work, because they want to know that you read the fucking mail.
That's why I don't have that loading.
Well, yes, but it's not like you don't have my job. Like if I turn that off,
read the title and it's very like, that's bullshit, delete.
If I turn that off, right?
Yeah, you
30% of my email doesn't work, and I have to click every time. And why would I do that? Because I click every time anyway.
But it's fine, just like 95% of emails is crap, so just delete them.
Yeah, it's your private email, maybe. This is not my private email. This is PR lists I'm on, you know.
That sounds even worse. But yes,
no, that's my job. That's
that you
like,
have to open, yes,
when
you have to open these things.
Kaspersky goes, we have discovered this thing. Do you want this exclusive, right? So you can get this for the next week.
Please reply in plain text.
I reply in plain text all the time.
That's what you said to them.
I've never sent an email in the last 5 years, like not willingly, not knowingly. That wasn't plain text. But I need to I can't turn HTML off, and I could turn image loading off. But like you know, my I have colleagues at Heiser Security, right? They read their mail in like fucking mud on the command line.
Nice.
And yes, you can do that, but like I can't. Seriously, my job, 50%. People don't know don't know what journalism is like, I guess. But literally 50% of my job is like reading and answering emails, and it's hard enough. I need to filter it. I get too much email. I need to filter it. It's like I don't want to make that harder by just fucking destroying everything. And I realize that I'm just telling people how they can attack me, but you know, whatever. I've got it all backed up, you fuckers. There's nothing on my machine except weird tentacle porn. You can get that off Reddit yourself. So yeah, I completely understand how this is. How this is a problem. But this is not even the biggest problem. Because it turns out, aside from that image loading thing and like spilling the plain text, you can also exfiltrate. I must say this is really hard to understand and even harder to explain. Basically, you can like exfiltrate crypto secrets.
Right.
They're not the actual keys. But you know how like PGP and S-MIME, and they use like block ciphers and
so you can kind of get components of the encryption.
Yes, and because you don't get the actual keys, but you know how like in an decryption, like it uses derivative, like it, you know, it encrypts something with the key and then it chains something else to that, and and you can break encryption like this, the well-known attacks without having the key. Like just basically by, for example, if you can, so if you get a message, if you intercept a message that's encrypted, and you can manipulate that message, and can get the guy who has the key to decrypt your message that's changed and then exfiltrate data, you can probably get stuff that will get you with lots of trial and error to get to the secrets that are actually used while actually encrypting that content. So you can basically with by strong arming it break the encryption. It's not like, okay, like if I get your key, right?
Yeah.
then I can decrypt anything you've ever encrypted with that key.
Yes.
It's not like that. It's more like, okay, I can get certain secrets that are used by your client in encrypting this, and then maybe I can decrypt, like, from this point onwards 100 characters of text or whatever. It's kind of like that. But if you do that often enough, you can get, like, basically you can decrypt mails. And the big problem is that so S-MIME is completely fucked, because S-MIME, like, this is all like crypto from the 90s. Like, this is crypto that's as old as you are.
Yeah, so like this is from the era of like crypto wars, back when the NSA was like, crypto bad, no bad. So like, conspiracy theory hat on, did the NSA backdoor it? Is this a...
No, I don't think that's... So the problem is basically that while the actual encryption is good, like, if you look at Signal and like modern end-to-end encryption, they not only guarantee that the message you get is encrypted, they also guarantee that it hasn't been tampered with in the protocol. And S-MIME doesn't do this at all. So this attack is basically a derivative of the fact that, like, it's a result from the fact that a man in the middle can intercept the mail, send it to you, like, so somebody, Dave is communicating with another guy on the internet, and I'm a man in the middle to that connection. So I intercept a mail going to Dave that Dave can decrypt. Basically what I do is I intercept this mail, Dave has gotten it, has decrypted it, whatever. I send it to Dave again, and I manipulate it. And when Dave's client decrypts it, I can exfiltrate whatever, and then I can decrypt it too. And this is all because the protocol doesn't tell Dave that the message he's received, the second message he's got, has been tampered with. So you're like, why do I get this mail again? Oh, that must be some kind of error in the internet, in routing, whatever. So you don't think of it, and that's the thing. And while with stuff like modern end-to-end encryption in messages like Signal and WhatsApp and whatever, it would just go, well, wait, that message has been tampered with. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to drop that. Somebody played around with that. I don't know what's going on. I shouldn't do that. And the problem is, S-MIME doesn't do that at all. It's almost like, I think 17 years ago, whatever, they figured that in PGP that this was a problem. And they devised the solution. But the problem is, well, it's got several problems. It uses SHA-1, which in itself is a problem, although that hasn't been attacked. That's not the actual problem. The problem is that those, I think they're called, what they're called again? Message, oh God, what was that called? Shit, I wrote a story about this on Heise today, so I should go in there and check up on myself. I forgot what it was called. MDCs, Modification Detection Code. Right. That's something that PGP built in, which is supposed to do just that. Tell you when the message has been tampered with. It has two problems. First of all, it's not mandatory.
Right.
So it's legal to both send you a mail that has that and one that hasn't. So great. As a man in the middle, I'll just strip it out, and your client goes, well, he must have not used that.
Yeah. Grand.
And also, what was the other problem? Yeah, that's basically the biggest problem. There was another problem with it, which I don't remember right now because I'm drunk. But anyway, so it's all fucked. So the thing is with PGP, they have a solution, but it doesn't work. S-MIME doesn't have a solution at all. So while the other problem we talked about can be fixed in mail clients with updates and is being fixed, the fact that these protocols are just not state-of-the-art crypto, basically, is something that will be a problem for a long time. So basically, it's all fucked. Yeah, it's not good.
So pragmatically,
the other problem with the other problem with the MDC was just some programs some programs don't some clients don't implement that correctly. So they just give you a warning after you already decrypted it, which at that point it's already too late.
Yeah. Fun.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Pragmatically, like, what's the alternative? So people who are worried about, like, you know, having their communications intercepted, is the solution basically to move to things like Signal?
Well, that's what the EFF says, and this was the whole problem with how this was disclosed, which is a whole different story. So basically, the researchers set an embargo for like Tuesday morning, and then for Wednesday they coordinated with the EFF to put that page up that you saw.
Yeah.
On Monday, and that was just stupid. So I actually talked to a researcher this week, who was the main guy behind this, and he explained to me how this all worked, and I didn't tell him that because I didn't want to be harsh, but I think the problem is I tried to tell him this in nice terms, like either you do an embargo or you don't. Like at the point where the EFF comes out with that, other people will say something, and that's basically what happened. I think the Werner Koch, the GNU PD guy, reacted to the EFF thing, spilled some stuff that was under embargo, and then they said, okay, the embargo is not there anymore, and released their stuff on Monday, which created a lot of stress for journalists like me, which, okay, you don't care about that, but that was the problem. But the other problem was, like, the EFF was just, like, in my opinion, I wrote a column on this, completely stupid, like, dumb fucking idiots, because they were going, well, for now, better don't use PGP or SMIME. Just use, like, Signal. And there's problems with that. Like, if you actually, like, a whistleblower, you're a dissident, whatever, and you're sitting in Iran, let's say, and you have an infrastructure, you're communicating, let's say, with, like, a newspaper in the UK, you're sending them stuff, and, like, you have your secure laptop that you set up, think Snowden style, right? You're communicating with Greenwald, whatever, and you can't just go, well, use Signal. First of all, in Iran, you can't use Signal because it's a centralized server, and they just blocked that server, which is why Signal did some domain fronting shit, which Google just... they got annoyed at. Well, everybody pulled
similar things happened with Telegram, right? Iran blocked basically loads of the internet because they were like, well, it's hosted on AWS, so just block all of the AWS.
The thing is, so you can say about PGP whatever you want. It's hard to use. Nobody fucking uses it because of that. It's like it has problems. Email has problems, but email is one of the few decentralized services on the web that works, which is that's why it's good, because PGP is just like a thing that's put on top of email. So a country like Iran they can do two things. They can either block all of email, which obviously doesn't work. Or they could do deep packet inspection in every fucking email that comes flying past and see if there's a PGP encrypted block in there, and then delete that packet, which also doesn't work because there are lots of email packages flying around. So packets. So email is just harder to block. With Signal, you just block one server, which is their server that does the message handling, and you're done. So to say somebody use Signal, I mean, yes, there's a use case for this, but there's other problems with messages like that. I mean, they may be end-to-end encrypted. They always tie to a telephone number, a SIM card, which is impossible to get without like having an actual address in most countries.
And then your then service provider can just arbitrarily pull your SIM card.
Yeah, and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, there's still reasons to use PGP. I would say if you must, if you use it, just update your software, update your client, update your whatever plugin you use to do that. And I mean, realistically speaking, what are we doing that is like that secure? Like if you're actually doing something that is like that critical, where you actually really have a problem here, you're probably in contact with the person as well. You might go to another communication channel. If it's like you and me, we could arrange to go to Signal or WhatsApp or whatever. yeah, just like with everything, don't panic. Look at who's attacking you. Look at your actual attack surface. Look at what you're defending against, and then just don't panic. Basically.
Whoa, Fab saying don't panic. Holy shit.
I've been doing this job for 5 years. Something has stuck in all those. It's always like the big, oh my god, we're gonna die. And then in the end, turns out it's bad, but it's not that bad. But then also, did you see the thing the Discord made today?
Yes.
Of the change your mind thing. So there's now a Fab one, which is a nice. And my hat actually works on that body. It's still a bit big, but it's like it looks good, I think. So it says we can't fix humans or computers. Changed my mind, and I'm completely done with that. That is so true.
I think we could fix computers, but fixing humans is impossible.
No, Dave, we can't fix computers. We've tried for as long as you've been alive.
If we just said that, like, this is the thing we'd like to do, we'd like to achieve this thing, and that's it.
No.
Eventually we would fix it.
No.
But that's not what we do, Fab. Because broken humans say, but what if we could do more?
No,
what if we could not squash bugs that add more features?
We have done this. So you know
Have
how
we?
yes.
We've
So
never stopped pushing for features.
You know what ROP is? Or return-oriented programming. You know how that? I learned of this.
Oh right, yeah.
So they at some point, they wanted to have voting machines in the US, and they knew there were security vulnerabilities. So at some point, they made a voting machine that only does one thing. It only does what it's supposed to do. It allows you to vote. It doesn't have anything else. It's like basically, I don't know how they even did this, but it's kind of like, it's almost like a, what they're called, when you do like, when you design your own hardware chips,
FPGA?
Yeah, it's like an FPGA. It's basically, it's like hardware coupled with software that is only supposed to do the thing it's supposed to do. Nothing else, so nobody can hack it. And then they came up with return-oriented programming, which is like get into the system somehow and use the little bits of software you have to do the thing it's supposed to do and just jump around in memory and go from one bit to the other because it's all just like primitives, it's all instructions. You can chain them together to do something evil and hack the election. Bam! The only secure computer is one that's turned off. It's not connected to the internet, turn off, it doesn't do anything.
Well, that's how you fix computers. Job done.
It's just destroy them.
Turn them off. There we go. I fix computers. There we go. Can't fix humans, though.
By the way, Grelbar did that meme.
It's good. It was a good meme. I very much like this.
Yes,
the change my mind memes.
It looks like me as well. It's like the way I'm drinking the coffee. It's just that could be me. Like the whole body language.
Oh yeah, totally.
Works perfectly. Anyway, next topic.
Next topic is me having a rant about Ubuntu because obviously I'm back. I'm a freedom-loving, Linux-using person, member of the open source community, submitting bug reports on GitHub.
Ignore VBScript whatever.
Yeah, ignore VS Code because it's open source. It's an open source code editor. You have to opt out of sending telemetry back to Microsoft. It's fine.
Well, that's the same with Ubuntu, so.
Yeah, but like Ubuntu's is very like minimal. The Microsoft one less. That's a rant for another day about .NET Core and its reporting home. Ubuntu 18.04 has it just seems such this is why I went to Windows and it's why I don't use a Mac. Is that there's a bug that's like really easy to reproduce. On the login screen of Ubuntu 18.04, which is just like insane to me because it's like this is like a critical path, right? It's like what might people do the moment they've installed a PC, installed the OS on a PC, and they try to run it for the first time to properly do it. And it turns out I encountered this literally. When I was in the cafe surrounded by screaming children, I encountered this bug and I thought, I just bugged it up. So it's real. Basically, the Ubuntu login screen. Now they moved to GNOME. If you enter an incorrect password, and then a correct password, it'll log you in, but then just gives you a mouse pointer.
What?
Nothing else in GNOME loads. And it's a bug.
So an incorrect and then a correct password.
So it's like I changed up the default password I use because like previously I've used a password that is like secure-ish, but like could be better. So I thought, you know what, I'll be a good boy straight away. I'll do a good job of this password, which meant that like sometimes I type it incorrectly because it's got like a lot of things to type. So if you boot the PC, hit like yes, that's me. Type in the password incorrect. Oh shit, that's rubbish. It like clears the field, and then you can type it in again. Type it in again correctly because like it has that symbol in it or whatever.
It's all the umlauts.
All the accents I'm using. Like I have to like remember all the
Dave's
shortcuts.
password is ich bin Dave und this is a German password. Yeah.
Oh no, I have to change my password now. But so like it's conceivable. It's like two things to do on the login screen, and then boom, like nothing. And I was like, nah, this can't be right. Like I've buggered this up, and I got on the tweets, and then Alan Pope got in on it, being like, oh, is this a thing? And then Tim, I can't remember his name, from the Ubuntu desktop team.
Did you invoke John O'Bacon?
I didn't invoke John O'Bacon, but oh god, I feel so bad because I follow him now, and I thought, is it Tim? Is it Tim? Oh my god,
I'm trying to Google him.
Ubuntu desktop team. Who am I following? Oh Christ. Is it? I'm going to feel so bad when his name's inevitably Will.
Tim Lunn?
Oh, Christ. Where's my...
I'm just throwing out random names that are on Launchpad connected to random to desktop things.
We're gonna pretend I remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
Will Cook. Jesus Christ! Every time I'm like, it's Tim, and then I look it up and it's Will Cook. Obviously, it's Will Cook. Will Cook was like, gave me a little bit of help, like trying to like debug it. Then it was like, aha, there is already a bug on this, and then I like submitted the thing, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and previous to that, the bug had already been reported quite a while ago. Oh,
he's the desktop director at Canonical.
Yeah, I know, right? He's been on podcasts.
Very stylish shirt and tie.
He reminds me of one of the Bonds, which was the Bond that did like one film.
Judge Lazenby.
Is that no? Oh god, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, I can tell.
Bonds. Oh god, I'm being put on the spot. I don't. No. Jesus.
Well, George Lazenby is, I think, the only one who did one Bond, didn't he?
Oh no. Okay, it's not one. Look at his face. Look at Will's face.
You mean Timothy Dalton?
And then think of Timothy
Dalton.
Yeah,
he does look like Timothy Dalton. Yeah,
I thought it was a photo of Timothy Dalton the first time I saw his photo.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, okay, so he was helping me debug this thing.
He needs a bow tie. Then he'd completely look like Timothy Dalton.
Totally. But then I've subscribed to the bug in Launchpad. Basically, marked the thing and said, hey, I'm having this issue too. Like, I reproduced it in a virtual machine with like no effort at all. You install Ubuntu, and then you've reproduced the bug, and it's just like, and then like the current fix didn't work. It introduced more bugs. Of like some other thing of like, well, if you put the wrong password in, but then like, it's just crazy. Like currently, like the solution is like you have to manually like no, like I have put the wrong password in. I'm not in.
Put your password in right the first time.
That's the thing. Like that's the thing. It's just you go. Actually, I don't need a password. Fuck it. I live dangerously.
Yeah, I don't think this is Dave. Dave always remembers his password.
The solution is to like you put in the wrong password, then you hit cancel, and it goes back out to the screen where you select the user you want to log in as. You go back in and you can type the password in again, and that's the only way right now. And I'm just like, but this is the LT. I get it. It's not 1804.1, but it's just like, oh come on, because like. It's once you've done it, it's a pain in the ass because obviously, like, there is no way of, like, raising a command prompt. There's no way of doing literally anything. You have a mouse pointer and that's it. And And on one kind of minor thing with the XPS 13 is that it is a pain in the ass to turn off in this mode. In that at this point in the OS.
By the way, I'm now on the double.
Excellent. At this point, like any time you touch or think about the power button, it will sleep the PC, but it will not turn off the PC. And what you want to do is turn it off so you can boot again. But no, it will sleep. So like it's like okay, I'll press it once, no, that sleeps it. Press it twice, no, that sleeps it. Okay, hold and press for like 5 seconds, and then it looks like it's turned off. But obviously, because there's like basically no moving components in laptops anymore, you can't tell if it's off or not. Like, okay, it's entirely silent, the screen's entirely black, nothing's flashing. Okay, turn it back. Oh wait, no, it's asleep. Grand, awesome. And then you press and hold for 10 seconds. That's like a normal thing for resetting a thing, right? Like, if I hold the power button for 10 seconds on a device, like it should turn off properly. No. I hold it, and then like on 10 seconds, it's like, I've powered off. Or I appear to have powered off. Actually, I've fallen asleep. What it then does is that it wakes up from sleep while I'm still holding the button. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, all I want to do is try and log in again with the right password, which I did the last time, but also I want to not put in the incorrect password before that. It's bollocks. It's so annoying. It's so infuriating that, like, this, like, I had it in like the first 20 minutes.
I can tell just by the way you're telling the
first 20
story.
minutes of installing Ubuntu, and I was like, no. I thought, like, you know what? Because like the first time I installed Ubuntu, I did it with the LVM partition bollocks, and that's like the first time I've ever done it with that. So I was like, obviously that's what's wrong with it. This is the problem in that I don't know about like the new partitioning schemes. No. It's a bug in GNOME, and oh my god, it just because like at some point I'm gonna like. Other things about Ubuntu is fantastic. I plugged it into an external display, like an HDMI external display that went through a USB-C adapter, and it worked first time, and I was blown away. I was doing it mid presentation. I was like, I'll just show you the slide. Plug it in, boom. Oh my god, it worked first time. That's incredible. But like, I don't want to be at like an event or somewhere like critical. I was like, let me just turn my laptop on. Log in. Oh no, I've typed my password incorrectly. Please now let me faff for 3 minutes trying to power off the device. Obviously, I can't take the battery out of the device because it's soldered in.
Welcome to Linux.
It's so annoying that like the only issue I have with Ubuntu 18.04 right now is
log
like
in.
I sometimes can't log in because I'm stupid and I can't type my password in.
That was a great rant.
It's ridiculous. I mean, fair play to the person who attempted to fix the bug, like from the point at which he got assigned to having like a, in theory, a solution. His solution solved my issue. The problem is it created some more issues. But like, fair play to that guy. But also, like, could you add it to the test suite so next time you test putting the wrong password in once?
We should figure like can we send them, like, can you put on the bug in Launchpad? Can you just send them a link to this podcast episode so that they
scrub through to this point where Dave just gets a bit annoyed.
Yeah, well,
I
can do like we can do chapter mark at this point. And I will do a chapter mark, and then we can just send them a link to that, and then they can just realize how much pain it creates. Just so that they know.
Do you realize what you just said?
What did I just say?
That you do chapter markers.
I do chapter markers.
No, you mean you mean chapter markers on the page, not in the MP3.
No, not in the MP3. What the fuck are you trying to con me?
That's why I thought you were suggesting to make it clear before people request them.
No, there are chapter markers on the show notes. I'm just trying to figure out if you can link to them.
Yeah, I'm adding to the show notes the Launchpad link. I think this is a Geek News Radio first. We're linking to an Ubuntu Launchpad issue. Congratulations.
No, I don't think you can link to them, but we can just give them. I just link him the episode show notes and say go to chapters, click on whatever the chapter is going to be called, Dave's Pain. And then you can listen there right in your browser, and just have a dialogue with your users, just so that they appreciate what this feels like when you're on the receiving end of such a bug, and you do not have a Grimbergen double, which creates a warm, fuzzy feeling in your head, in your stomach, and in certain other extremities.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
You know what I've been doing? Okay, now just change the scene. What's Fab's been doing while you were talking about this, right?
You were installing Ubuntu 18.04.
No, you were talking about Timothy Dalton. So I had like a page open with like images of Timothy Dalton because I was looking at him, comparing him with Will Cook. Now, there was one picture in there of Pierce Brosnan, which I opened full size and have been thinking about ever since because, and I will put it in the show notes, this is very relevant to me. So when I was about 18, so this is a picture of Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye era, one of my favorite movies. When I was about 18, I wore like shirts and tie to school because I thought it'd be cool to be like fucking James Bond.
That's such a weird thing because, like, obviously in the UK everyone wears shirts and ties to school. But I'm back in the room. All you American listeners in the United Kingdom, we wear uniforms because...
Yeah, that's only you. Like, anybody else who's listening to this in Germany and whatever, and like, if you're not in Australia or in Japan or in the US...
You're screaming like, you goddamn British fascists.
No, we are just all... They're all T-shirts and looking like slobs, and I wore a shirt, a tie, a suit, and a jacket, and I looked... So I tried to look like Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye. Now, I had the exact same haircut he has in this picture. Now, my problem back then was that I don't have that hairline. Because I was 18. I was not a 40-year-old man, or however old he is in that picture.
You actually, like, had a full head of hair.
Yes. Now I'm coming up to that. Finally, I'm coming up to that hairline. And I'm sitting here, while you were ranting about Ubuntu, I'm sitting here thinking... Man, I should do that haircut again. That would probably work now as well, with the 80s coming back.
You're slightly more grey than him, though.
I'm really grey, although he was grey back then. Like he was.
So
he was dyeing his
it.
hair. And I don't have that hair color anyway. I could pull that haircut off because I have the same kind of hair, like thin but like lots straight hair. So I think I might be doing that next. I might go Brosnan. Do full 80s, because this is like not a haircut you would have today. Like, it's very long at the sides. It's like actually over the ears.
Yeah.
And it's long in the back. I think I need to. Yeah, I think that's my next project. Anyway. Yeah, Will Cook, good looking guy. I'm trying to follow him on Twitter, but I can't because I can't follow more people because of this shit. So I'm just gonna put him in my list of people to follow when Twitter lets me in a year or so.
Excellent. Speaking of things that are shit, Fab, what about GDPR, right?
Okay, it's 2 hours into the show. I'm already drunk. I'm now on the Grimbergen double. Okay, this is good. How much does this have? It's like 6.4. That's actually not that much. I feel a lot more drunk. Yeah, so GDPR. So I thought, ignore this shit, right? You can just ignore it. It's just not gonna. It doesn't work. You can't ignore it. I think I'm gonna be out of a job soon because if they're actually gonna enforce this. Okay. Before we do this, I don't do this very often, but the things I'm about to say are my personal opinion. They're not the opinion of my employer, Heise or any other employer or any other person. It's my personal opinion, and I'm quite drunk. And this does not constitute legal advice. Obviously, it doesn't. If you think it does, you're a fucking moron. Anyway, so I don't think you can ignore it. I don't know. If push comes to shove, I don't think I can be a journalist anymore because apparently, if they're gonna enforce this, we can't do we can't do the website anymore. Because we have ads. Yeah, hello, we track apparently you have to tell people before you start tracking them. So you have to put okay, right. So with Six Gun, right? Let's just talk Six Gun. We have it's a podcast network. I don't have any ads. But the server, the nice Bytemark server I set up on the nice Bytemark cloud hosting, tracks IP addresses. Like it has an access log. Hello. It uses cookies. It actually does track you when you we don't have any ads. I don't even have any analytics on there anymore. Don't have Google Analytics. I don't have whatever that other thing's called. What's that open source thing called?
I have no idea.
Open source.
What is open source?
Analytics. Web analytics. What's that called? Like the Google thing. Alternative. What is... Oh my god, it can't be that hard. Fucking... Hello. Wikipedia. Okay, open source. Google Analytics alternative. Can't type because I'm drunk. What do you mean top 4 open source alternatives? There's only one.
It begins with an A, right?
No, it's not AW Stats. That's the old one. Like the modern one. Piwik.
Oh, okay.
When we had LO at some point. We don't even have that. Like we don't have ads. The only thing we have is like the access log for the server. The Podlove gives us some stats about listeners, and it does that with like cookies and like tracking via URL, whatever. We have, I think we have Twitter buttons, but I don't even know. Like we have YouTube embeds, right? Stuff like that. And like I just like, so if I understand this whole shit correctly, then you before you even show people the page, because you're tracking them with server stats, you have to put up a page that says we're tracking you. That would obviously be completely ridiculous if you go to 600.org and there'll just be a white page saying, okay, if you click on this, we're tracking you. Please click on that and then a button. No, I can't do that because that page would be on the same server as the 6gun server. It would be the same fucking web server, right? It would be Nginx, so it would have the same access log or another access log, or I could have like a subdomain that turns the access log off. Can you do that? Probably can do that.
You probably can. But what's stopping you going to the page without going through the first one?
Yeah, exactly. That's another, like, okay, so my rant about this thing is just, it's fucking ridiculous. So the people who wrote this legislation have no fucking idea how the web works. They have no fucking idea because they're going, well, people are tracking other users with cookies and evil things like that. And so you must inform them and you must give them the right to say, no, you can't do this. You fucking morons, okay? Everything you use on the web, like your fucking music from Spotify, anything you use in a browser, works like that because the web was stateless. It's a fucking stateless protocol. We bolted on all this shit to have fucking web apps, which means anything you use on the web, if you actually went to the way the web was designed, you couldn't do that because you can just load a page. You send a request, you get a page. You can't do web apps like that because you can't remember from a guy requesting a page to him clicking on a link and getting the next page of your app. You can't remember that was the same page because the same guy, because there's no state. It's all just requests. So we came up with things like cookies, which are little text files on your client that tell the server, hey, I'm the same guy. Please continue my, I clicked on this buy now on Amazon. Now I want to go to my my shopping cart. So I'm that guy. So give me the shopping cart. Or you can put it in the URL. Or you can put it in the fucking post request. It's called the fucking post request. Because it's not actually, there's actually no way of, like, basically we're sending data to the server by doing a new request, which isn't a request, it's sending data to the server. That's how fucked up the internet is. And we did all these things to have the World Wide Web, to have fucking web apps. So now that you fucking people can have your fucking European Parliament website that can remember me from one page to the other, so that you can remember that I clicked on, I want all the texts in German, so give them to me in German. And now you're saying, no, all of that is tracking. You can't do that. You have to tell people. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong? Oh, God. So I wanted to ignore this, and like in the last few weeks, I actually read about this, and I actually went to... So, if you are concerned about your rights as a consumer on the SixGun website, please go to sixgun.org, and I'm going there right now to see if it's still online. sixgun.org/contact, and I'll put that at a new page at some point. I'm rebuilding the site anyway. And there is our privacy policy, and you can see the page as long as it was up till the privacy policy. That was how the page was, and it tells you where it used to tell you where I live. I changed that. It now tells you our PO box, because that was the German law. You had to tell people when you have a website where you live, so they can send you shit in an envelope. Please don't do that. Send me Turkish pepper. I fucking hate Turkish pepper. That's the worst thing. Like, that or money. I fucking hate that shit. Anyway, so now we have all this other text, which is a bulwark I employed. You know, I deployed the GDPR shields, and now hopefully won't get sued. Read this shit. It's like fucking long.
What happens when when we get fined 20 million euros?
I don't think we'll ever, like, there's no point of us getting fined. Like, what will happen is like some cease and desist letter from some lawyer that makes money by, I don't know. I'll have to go to jail, Dave. Probably. Because of this shit. But I'm telling you, if I'm going to jail for fucking data protection, that's the point where I'm getting a gun and I'm taking a few people with me. Because if I'm going to jail, I'm going for a fucking good reason. Anyway, that was meant seriously. Please don't sue me. Please don't put me in jail to protect the general public. It's just ridiculous. So basically, I read a really good analysis about this by some German dude today, who basically says we had a German data protection law for all this, and it was fucking strict. I don't think it was as strict as this, but it was fucking strict. And the thing is, nobody ever enforced that because it was already there's stuff in there that like you can't enforce, like. And GDPR is even worse. It's like, so let's go away from our example. If you're a company, you're a random company. Let's say you sell tractors. You sell tractors so let's say you're a B2B company. You're a company that makes tractors and you sell tractors to the people who sell tractors to farmers, right?
Right.
So any personally identifiable data you have, which is anything, it's like IP addresses, whatever. So people can come to you and say, what personally identifiable data you have about me? And no, that's wrong. I want to correct that or delete all of that. Even that simple idea in a modern world is not doable because let's think about this. So let's say Dave runs a tractor store for farmers, and I run this tractor company. And you want to buy a tractor from me at some point in the future, and you go and send me an email and say, hey, I've heard you sell tractors. Can you send me a catalog, right? And your signature has like your telephone number and your work address. That's personally identifiable information. That's going to be in a mail server somehow. Well, at my company, at the tractor company, we're probably putting that in a customer database. And now if you go, please delete all of my data, that company can probably delete it from the customer database. But like the fucking emails you sent over the last 5 years of our business relationship, they all have like your fucking signature. You can't track those. You know, they're in a mail archive somewhere.
Yeah, like
what?
Git commits, okay? So like a Git commit contains like the diff and like your name and your email address, and it's all lovely and signed, so you can't go back and alter it. how do say I contributed to some sort of like code thing, and then later on I said hired like you to delete all the personally identifiable information from the Git repository. They then have to, I don't know, to rewrite Git history, but like they don't want to do that. That's a massive pain in the ass.
And
like,
they haven't even thought about the blockchain. Won't somebody think of the blockchain?
This is it. This is the conspiracy, Fab. Is that this is how they kill the blockchain, and that they're going to say that they've been uploading personally identifiable information to all of the blockchains, and now they want them shut down.
That's this law like? Is it Hanlon's razor where don't attribute malice where it's just stupidity? I think this is just stupidity. This is plain and this is stupid people have no idea how I'm coming around more and now stop the presses, right?
Whoa, okay.
This is Fab saying I'm coming around to the I've always been a bit like this, but I'm coming around to the millennial viewpoint. Or even the generation after the millennials, whatever that's called. This is a fucking law written by people who are now in their 40s and 50s, who do not understand how the world works, and do not understand how the world works. If you like people that are 16 right now, they don't give a fuck about this shit. They're not gonna go to some company, oh, please delete my personal identifiable information. They live their life on fucking Instagram. There'll be a generation in 10 years, or in 20, and for them, it'll be normal to post your dick pic to Instagram. Their dick pics will just be the public domain. Like, they don't give a fuck about all this bullshit. And this is just, like, this isn't helping anything either. Because while we could get in trouble because you go to sixgun.org and you don't log in because there's no way to log in, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't even want to track this. I mean, I could turn my server logs off. I just have them on so that if we get DDoSed, I can filter that shit. But I don't want to track. The only thing I want to track is who downloads our podcast, because I want to know if we have more than 3 listeners. And if you don't want that, then don't download the fucking podcast. This is all fucking things where you think it's like, well, it's obviously the person agreed to that. It's like when you send me an email and your fucking signature has your fucking phone number. Obviously, you sent me that of your own accord. Why am I responsible for that? Right? That's like saying. That's like saying. I get, like, DHL rings on my door, says, hey, Mr. Scherschel, there's a parcel for you from Amazon. I'm like, okay, I probably ordered something. I sign, take the parcel, open it, there's a loaded Glock in there. Right? Next thing I know, the fucking SWAT team busts my door down, handcuffs me, and goes, well, you accepted that Glock, you're going to jail. It's like, I don't ask for this fucking Glock. I don't know where it came from. Don't you need to prove? Like, why is the onus on me, as the guy who gets the information in this case, to prove that the other guy sent it to me willingly? Obviously he did. Right? So I'm in trouble with my fucking podcast network with, like, I don't know how many users we have, like, best case 10,000 people, right? Mm-hmm. That this goes out to. Meanwhile, fucking Facebook doesn't have a problem at all, because they could just go, well, if you want to see anything on Facebook, you need to log in, and we give you terms of service, and obviously this is your you wanted this, right? You don't need to use Facebook. Once you logged in, you consented, right? And for them, everything's gonna be fine. And they're the fucking guys collecting data on everybody. And they're fine and I'm not. What?
This is why the podcast is going to become Patreon only in 2K19.
You need to pay money to get it. And it's going to be the EU's fault. It's going to be fucking GDPR.
The act of logging into Patreon and giving us money is your consent to us using your data.
Fine under GDPR.
It would probably be fine.
It would work. Like the thing with this is also, like, to get back to to the really progressive point here.
Progressive and cool, you say?
People people don't care. Like people. I have news for you. You fucking privacy fucking up the butt Germans and your fucking EU politicians that got kicked out of anything worthy a politician can do in your local country. This is why you're in the fucking European Union, you fuckheads. People that are now 16 don't give a fuck. Or that are now 20, they don't give a fuck. They sign up to Facebook willingly. And Facebook tells them, hey, we're gonna take all your data. Yeah, still, it's a part of modern life. You know, it's like, you can't not be, or let it be Instagram, whatever, any other web. You can't not be on these services because that's the world we created. That's the internet. People have their friends now. They're sitting with their phone at dinner and their parents go, oh, what are you looking at your phone? Well, they're talking to their friends and their friends are now in Tokyo. That's the world. That's the modern fucking world. And they need Facebook to do it. So if Facebook says, well, we're going to take all your data or you can't talk to your friends anymore, what are they going to choose? And how is the EU going to stop them? How is this fucking thing going to stop them? Like, if this was a problem for Facebook, right? Facebook would go, okay, well, we'll put a page up. The EU is going to pass this law, and if this law is going to pass, we have to turn off Facebook in Europe. If they do that, 4 hours later, the fucking Reichstag here, where the Bundestag is in Berlin, is going to be in flames again, because the fucking millennials are going to burn it to the fucking ground. If Angela Merkel says, oh, we're going to pass this EU law, and the upshot is they're gonna turn off Facebook, right? All these people that never went to a political rally, in the demonstration, whatever, in their life, they're gonna be in the streets and they're gonna burn down fucking cars in Hamburg. And you know what? I would be right with them. This is fucking ridiculous. This is me saying this. I'm a fucking cynical, old, reactionary, fucking old man, fab, white, heterosexual, fucking cis, what do you call that? Yeah. I'm the fucking reaction. And I'm telling them this is dumb.
Fab is progressive and cool now. This is great. This is the best news.
Apparently I am.
You've made my day.
This thing is it is so dumb. It is. It's gonna create a lot of hurt for people who are doing nothing wrong, and the big people that are collecting all your data, they're giving it to people, they're giving it to the fucking NSA, to the FBI, to our fucking CHQ. It's BND.
Like, yes, like advertisers are using it, but also like the bad guys are using it, and like anyone illegal, anyone committing crimes with these things isn't going to stop committing crimes because this is the 11th illegal thing they've done today. Like, they would have thought about that on the first one. So I don't really understand or know what this fix is.
You know what? You know what?
It does.
I've said this for years. I don't use an ad blocker. Look, I don't have a problem with fucking advertisers tracking me because they're not tracking me, right? They're not going, oh, Fab's going through the internet, now he's going to a porn site, now he's going to Amazon, or what can we sell them? I know that because they're constantly trying to sell me shit that I've already bought or that I'm not interested in because they don't fucking know me at all. I would gladly give a lot of these advertisers a lot more data if they would start advertising stuff that's relevant to me. Fuck the EU. I would rather give advertisers more data if they'd done a better job. I have a lot more problem with companies like fucking Facebook and Google and whatever that are in bed with the fucking intelligence agencies, and we know this, right?
Yeah,
and
like
they're fucking tracking me. I know that they're tracking me. Yeah, they're collecting my porn images because they could use it. Like, they're collecting me with my webcams on and I'm jacking off to some fucking tentacle porn. They're collecting that because they might use it another day. Like, they don't know that. I don't give a fuck. And when it comes up, I'm going to tell them, post it to Reddit. Make my day.
Like, Google selling AI to drones, essentially, to the military.
Boston fucking Dynamics. They built like killer robots.
Amazon sells photo recognition. Facial recognition software to the police. Samsung enforces the North-South Korea divide with
fucking
autonomous killing drones. Like, it's all great. It's all fine. That's like, but GDPR is going to stop all that.
We're going to stop that with GDPR. Hey, you're about to drone me. I want you to delete my facial recognition data.
Opt out of your facial recognition model.
I opt out of this. Drones, illegal drones.
You can't identify this face. This face is on a list.
You can kill me, but if it's the last thing I do, I will sue you before the EU courts.
It's
so the upshot of this is...
I just agree with you. I agree with Fab on a thing. Holy shit.
We completely agree on this, and this should tell the EU that they've fucked up. You know what? To end this on a positive note, I think if they actually fine you, right? Mm-hmm. They can get 4% of your yearly revenue.
Yeah, or 20 million euros, and they pick whichever one's bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? 4% of minus 300 euros is?
Minus 300.
So I think if they sue me, they have to for 6 grand. They have
It's like it's either 4% of your income, or they fine you 20 million. Like they pick the bigger number.
They can fine me 20 million for
that's the thing. Like I think a lot of the people who would get fined don't have enough money. That's the thing. I think that's sneakily the way they're going to do it. Is that actually a lot of small operations will just get away with it because they won't enforce it because they can't fine you.
Yeah, I don't think they can. Yeah, it's just
they
going to
be just go to loads of random websites.
It's going to be cease and desist lawyers, and I'm just going to write them back. Look, guys, drag me in front of court. Fine me $20 million, 20 million euros. That'll be a great headline. EU fines broke podcaster from Germany $20 million.
Yeah,
exactly. All over Heise. Yeah. I'll get on Spiegel for this. Probably go on TV. This is going to be great. So this tells us we can never have a Patreon. Because they can get 4% of our Patreon revenue.
No! I don't want that. No, it's fine though, because the Patreon is the solution to GDPR. That's the thing.
Hey, we made 50 euros this year. You want 4% of that?
Yeah, I mean, 96% of that is still more than zero. Look at the bright side. Oh boy, should we do the feedback?
Let's do the feedback.
Because the last episode went up yesterday, there's not a tremendous amount of it other than some memes.
Well, there's also not feedback from the episode before. I think people are just slacking in the warm weather or something.
Yeah, it's been really toasty. But speaking of warm weather, do you want to read Bazawill's message?
I can't do it.
You've had enough beers, I want to hear it. Go on. Do it.
Okay, so Bazawill says, fuck you and your hot weather. It's cold here in Australia, and my family, wife, 1-year-old twin boys, and myself, all fucking sick. With regards to shorts in Australia. Yes, it does happen. Luckily, now as a teacher in a public school, I wear what I like, which often includes shorts. This
is really my shorts chat from the last episode.
No, but this already made me think, and this was he wears what he likes, really?
Wow.
Just the string tanga, does that work in public? I don't know. I think when he says it does happen, I think he's not from Queensland, right? I think he's a cockroach, so this is why they don't have shorts. It's because it's fucking cold down there. Move to Queensland. Anyway, however, previously, I can't do an Australian accent anyway, sorry. However, previously I worked in a call center. They did have a provision for shorts, however, only if it was ridiculously hot, something like over 36 degrees Celsius. He definitely doesn't live in Queensland.
36 degrees is unimaginably hot. I'd rather die.
That was quite okay in summer in Gympie, I think.
I'd just walk into the sea and never stop walking.
And now here it comes, everybody. Prepare your brains for this, because you will have to use bleach afterwards to fight back. On more than one occasion, I wore a dress. And if you're in the Discord, you've seen the picture, which I can't get out of my brain anymore. At which point, they kind of relaxed the rules, but were still assholes. I also worked at a private school briefly in which the student uniform was pants, even on a 38 degrees Celsius day. Yes, as somebody who went to James Nash High School in Gympie, best school in Gympie. There's also Gympie High, which is like the other school. They weren't as cool as us. And then there was a private school, and we always laughed about the private school guys because they had to wear like proper trousers, dress trousers.
Yeah.
No matter how hot it was. Poor bastards. But I mean, they're going to private school. I mean, they have it coming. I, on the other hand, wore shorts. I was a temporary relief teacher and was never told not to.
Yeah,
you
letter
rebel.
of the law.
This is going in the deep lore.
In the deep lore,
deep
yeah.
lore
Under the
.sixgun.org.
Bowser Will page. Yeah.
the dress. The dress incident.
Yeah, like the dress incident.
Seriously.
Links to dresses, and then like all the times we've mentioned. Yeah, it sounds great. Get Amazon.
I have that picture burned into my brain now, and that's
great.
I think that's a thing you can only do in Australia. I think if you did that in Germany, your life would be ruined. Like I don't like not mine. I mean, I don't give a fuck. But you'd never live that down.
Yeah,
in Australia, they're just crazy fucking bastards.
Yeah, in the UK, that would like be the thing you'd be known for forever, which is unfortunate. Like it would always be mentioned forevermore.
I mean, Australia is like, I love it. I love the country. I love the people, but it's fucking nuts. I mean, there's like, this just reminds me randomly. I was looking at Chopper, Chopper Read. So I know this from Australia when they had they had great sketch series with like some guy doing Chopper Read. He goes like to a job interview and it's like talking about on LO a lot because Dan loved this as well. And it's like the interviewer says, "So what do you bring to the job?" Like, son of 12 gauge, automatic rifle, fucking stick of gelignite. It's awesome. And then there's like the Banner movie and whatever. So I was looking at all this, and then I found like on YouTube an interview with the actual shopper.
Yeah.
And like in this interview, I shit, there's like it must be like in the 80s or early 90s. I'm just gonna look this up and put it in the show notes. It's like this blonde haired reporter. Oh, in 1992 it says. Okay. And she's interviewing Chopper Read, right? And in this interview, she's asking, "Well, you've shot people." She says, "Yeah, I'm a crack shot. Do you want me to show you?" And he proceeds to get a gun, get like a volunteer, have him hold like a beer bottle, and shoots like the beer bottle out of his hand. On like a live TV, on like a TV interview. And you're
That's
like,
crazy.
You're fucking crazy motherfucking bastards. Like in German TV, like if you did that, you'd get, I think it's probably, it looks like a 22. But it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You'd get sued. Like, literally, I think that would be illegal in Germany. I don't think I know this because I know that, like, for a German kind of Mythbusters kind of show, they shot on like a car door, like in a I don't know, in a somewhere, in a quarry or whatever. They put like a car door and had like a ballistics professor shoot the car door to explain what happens, and then they got sued because in Germany you're not allowed to do that. You can just shoot like it needs to be like sporting, whatever. You need to shoot on proper targets.
Wow.
You can't shoot on a car door in a quarry. This
That's
guy
crazy.
shoots at a guy holding a beer bottle. Like, he could have shot his hand off on TV.
Crazy.
He's got, like, I'm watching it again. He's got, like, I think he gets glass in his neck.
What?
He's like, ow, my neck. He's
Crazy.
like, fucking hell, Australia's weird. Anyway,
That's bonkers.
I love them. They're great.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm a crack shot. I'm gonna put that video in the show notes. Anyway, we should wrap this up, right?
Because, we're like 2 hours. If you would like to send us the feedbacks, if you'd like to send us
Yeah,
your
we need
stories,
more of that. Like,
send us more
stories
feedback.
of you wearing a dress.
Yeah, or just like anything. If you feel like sending us an email, I won't judge you too hard. You can do that.
Pictures of Dave, Photoshop with sideburns. Or
Yeah, if you
GIMP,
want to
if you prefer.
Photoshop sideburns on me, that's fine. You can send those to GNR at sixgun.org, which is an email. I assume emailing us is sort of implicit consent
Oh my God.
for us having your data, I think, probably.
Well, I kind of need to like save it to like.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Google has the data though, so you'd have to request it to Google. It's fine. It's not going to happen. It's going to be okay. You can tweet us both.
This is fine. This is me sitting in a burning room. This is fine.
What is fine is using Twitter. You should tweet us both at Geek News Radio, or individually at Fab is at
Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra Hotel. If you tweet at me, I will assume that this is implicit of you to agree to have to send me that tweet under the General Data Protection Regulation of the European Union 2018.
You can follow me on Twitter, where I flagrantly flaunt all GDPR rules. I'm at Megaslippers. There's Discord, which is a whole new host of GDPR issues.
It's on a different server. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's
but like, I don't know. What if someone asks to have their stuff removed from it, and we have to just
they
like
have to
delete?
ask Discord. I can't do it. It's not on my server.
That's right.
I don't know.
So the GDPR friendly way of contacting us is Discord. It's great. I have many chats there. It's really good. Link is in the show notes. It's discord.sixgun.org. Also, we have a YouTube channel where we post videos that will track you. So if you have issues there, you have to send those to Google. There's nothing we can explicitly do about that, really. But,
We don't really know either. Like, they track you. I don't
Be
know.
aware of your privacy in this modern information superhighway.
I'm just lucky Jonathan and Halifa sent me the Turkish pepper like before the 25th. So there's no GDPR problem with my Danish sweets. Oh God, Dave, this is gonna end all very badly. Anyway, I'm releasing this show, and when you're listening to this, I'm probably already on my motorbike. I'm gonna be 8 hours on the bike for over a week going through the Alps. And if there's never a show coming out afterwards, I guess I died because some lorry hit me on the way down or something.
Yeah, if you could not do that, that'd be great.
I'll try to.
Thanks.
You know the fucking the Stelvio?
Mm-hmm.
The pass, have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the
Like super dangerous ones, right?
well, it's just if you're a motorbike guy, you think it's fun. It's just like it's in a pass in the Alps is very famous. If you
It's
look
not like
at
the one with like the series of like hairpin bends.
oh yeah, it's hairpin bends all the way,
Like all the way from like a valley floor to the top of the mountain. Basically.
Stilfser Joch in German, Italian Stelvio. There's a Moto Guzzi called the Moto Guzzi Stelvio. Anybody who rides a motorbike wants to do this at some point. Apparently they had like a mudslide and like some of it's fallen down the hill or something.
Oh dear.
I hope they can fix that until we're there, because I really want to do this.
No, it's like the classic thing. I'm pretty sure like some like Gran Turismo track was like briefly on it or something.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah.
It's like super nice. I'm pretty sure like bits of like films of lots of films have been filmed there. So
Yeah, Top Gear has been there.
yeah, it's beautiful.
So I need a patch. Like there's like this thing at the top where you can buy stuff.
Oh, like the Hutton Orbital thing, but like for a bike ride. Legit.
I need that.
Yes, you do.
Yes. So if I'm not dead, we'll be back with another show soon.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
GNR...
Dave will have to.
Yeah. It'll be GNR episode 64 is all gonna be about powers of 2 and how good that is, because that's like the first 64, that's a nice number, that's good. That's a good number.
By the way, I only understand by now, Discord has degraded to me just understanding every second syllable basically.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
Very similar on this end.
But it's gonna be amazingly high end to our listeners.
Unless I accidentally delete my copy.
Well, at that point, it's one for the deep lore wiki.
We have to re-record 2 hours.
Oh my god, I'm so drunk. I don't think I can. Like that GDPR rant, that was just like, that was really heartfelt. Like I can't. That's not reproducible. That's a one-off thing.
I better not delete this audio track then.
Yeah, and I better not delete mine, like I did recently anyway. So, I guess we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah. Hack the planet.
I hope you gave us consent so that you can listen to this something legal bullshit. Goodbye.
Bye.
I imagine people will listen to this. Like when they listen to this, GDPR will have already happened, and they're sitting like in their building, and like they're just burning data centers on the horizon. It's just going to be like the end times of data protection. It's going to be the post apocalypse. It's like as if Y2K actually happened, like they thought it would.
All computers have just been destroyed,
and it's all the EU's fault.